I was once confident that my diet was healthy. I ate salads, selected whole wheat bread, and replaced sugary sodas with fruit juice. I believed I was doing everything correctly. That confidence, however, was misplaced. The realization came not as a dramatic event, but as a quiet, sobering warning during a routine checkup with my doctor. The conversation began with my slightly elevated blood pressure and concluded with a stark warning about my risk for stroke. He looked at me directly and said something that has remained with me ever since. The things that cause the most damage are often those we give the least thought to. He was not just referring to food, but to what I was drinking. That seemingly innocuous glass of juice, the sports drinks I consumed after a workout, and even the preparation of my morning coffee. That discussion was a pivotal moment. It compelled me to re-examine everything I consumed, particularly the liquids I drank without a second thought. I felt an initial surge of fear, which was quickly replaced by a profound sense of determination. This prompted months of intensive research, delving into scientific literature, the molecular biology of our vascular system, and even ancient traditions known for promoting longevity. What I discovered was that the power to significantly protect my brain and cardiovascular system was already in my kitchen. The solution was not some expensive, exotic superfood, but rather 3 specific, simple, and quite pleasant daily drinks. Today, I start every day with these 3 beverages, which are supported by both scientific studies and established wisdom as being able to drastically reduce the risk of stroke. I am going to share them with you, explain the powerful science that makes them effective, and detail how to integrate them as a non-negotiable part of your daily routine. This is more than just adding a few healthy beverages. It is about constructing a shield for your brain, one sip at a time. Our first beverage is one revered for its medicinal properties for millennia, from the monasteries of Japan to the tea houses of Britain. I am referring to tea, specifically green and black tea. This is not merely a comforting warm drink. It stands as one of the most potent, scientifically validated beverages for stroke prevention. The scientific evidence is truly remarkable. Numerous large-scale studies demonstrate a powerful correlation between regular tea consumption and a reduced risk of stroke. One major meta-analysis concluded that individuals who drank 3 or more cups of tea daily had a 21% lower risk of stroke compared to those who drank less than 1 cup. Another extensive study, following over 365,000 people for more than a decade, found that consuming 3 to 5 cups of tea per day was associated with one of the lowest risks of incident stroke. The evidence is both consistent and compelling. Research suggests that 3 to 4 cups of black tea daily can lower stroke risk by as much as 29%, with green tea showing a comparable reduction of 27%. So, what is the source of this protective effect within a simple tea leaf? The power is found in compounds called flavonoids, which are potent antioxidants. In green tea, the primary flavonoid is a catechin known as epigallocatechin gallate, or EGCG. As green tea is made from unoxidized leaves, it is packed with this powerful compound. EGCG acts as a guardian for your blood vessels. It helps to combat oxidative stress and reduces inflammation, a key driver of arterial damage. Black tea conversely undergoes an oxidation process. This transforms the catechins into different compounds, theaflavins and theorubigins. It was once thought that this process diminished the tea's health benefits, but science has proven that assumption incorrect. These compounds are equally powerful, contributing to cardiovascular health through similar antioxidant and anti-inflammatory mechanisms. Both green and black tea have been shown to improve the function of the endothelium, the delicate inner lining of our blood vessels. A healthy endothelium allows our arteries to relax and dilate properly, which is critical for maintaining healthy blood pressure and ensuring smooth blood flow to the brain. This is not New Age philosophy. It is ancient wisdom substantiated by modern science. Cultures that have consumed tea for centuries have long associated it with health and vitality. Now, the scientific community understands why. The simple daily ritual of brewing tea is an active form of cardiovascular medicine. How then can you incorporate this for maximum benefit? First, aim for consistency. The research points to 3 or more cups a day to achieve significant protective effects. Consider starting your morning with a cup, having another mid-afternoon, and perhaps a decaffeinated version in the evening. Second, the brewing method is significant. To maximize the extraction of beneficial flavonoids, use hot, but not boiling water, particularly for green tea, as boiling water can damage the catechins. Let it steep for 3 to 5 minutes. Third, consume it without additives. Recent studies have highlighted that adding milk to tea may counteract some of its cardiovascular benefits. The proteins in milk can bind to flavonoids, potentially reducing their bioavailability. Try to enjoy your tea black or with a squeeze of lemon. It is also advisable to avoid sugar. A 2024 study noted that women who drink tea without sugar have a lower risk of stroke. Making tea a central part of your day is one of the simplest and most effective changes you can make. It is affordable, accessible, and supported by a tremendous amount of scientific evidence. You are not just drinking tea, you are nourishing your arteries and protecting your brain with every cup. Our second daily drink has a more controversial history, and its inclusion may be surprising. For decades, it was associated with negative effects like anxiety and high blood pressure. However, a substantial body of modern research has completely overturned that narrative, revealing it as a true champion for cardiovascular and brain health. I am, of course, talking about coffee. Yes, your daily coffee, when consumed correctly, is a powerful tool in your stroke prevention arsenal. A landmark 2021 study in PLOS Medicine, which followed nearly 500,000 people, found that drinking 2 to 3 cups of coffee a day was associated with approximately a 32% lower risk of stroke. Other meta-analyses have corroborated this, indicating an optimal consumption of 3 to 4 cups per day reduces stroke risk by as much as 21%. Particularly fascinating is the synergistic effect when combined with our first drink, tea. The same 2021 study discovered that individuals who drank a combination of 2 to 3 cups of coffee and 2 to 3 cups of tea per day exhibited the lowest risk of all, demonstrating a powerful combined effect. This is not an anomaly. It points to the potent mixture of bioactive compounds in these two beverages. What is it in coffee that provides this protection? While many focus on caffeine, the primary beneficial agents are the polyphenols and antioxidants. Coffee is one of the richest sources of these compounds in the Western diet. A key one is chlorogenic acid, which studies have shown can reduce inflammation, improve insulin sensitivity, and help lower blood pressure over time. These compounds work by protecting our blood vessels from damage. They combat atherosclerosis, the plaque buildup in arteries that can lead to blockages and cause an ischemic stroke. The antioxidants in coffee help prevent the oxidation of LDL cholesterol, a critical first step in plaque formation. By helping to keep your arteries clean and flexible, coffee ensures your brain receives the steady, uninterrupted supply of oxygen-rich blood it requires. Crucially, the preparation of your coffee matters immensely. The vast majority of these health benefits are linked to drinking black coffee. The moment you add sugar, flavored syrups, and heavy creams, you not only add empty calories but also actively negate the health benefits. Sugar promotes inflammation, which is precisely what the beneficial compounds in coffee are working against. In fact, sugary drinks have been linked to an increased risk of stroke. Here are the practical rules for making your coffee habit a health-promoting ritual. Drink it black. This is the golden rule. If you find the taste too strong, a small amount of low-fat milk or an unsweetened plant-based milk is a reasonable compromise. However, try to appreciate the unadulterated flavor of the coffee. Monitor the quantity. The optimal range for stroke prevention appears to be between 2 and 4 cups per day. Interestingly, some research suggests that consuming more than 4 cups daily might elevate stroke risk, so moderation is key. Choose filtered coffee. Some studies suggest that unfiltered coffee, such as from a French press, contains compounds called diterpenes, which can slightly raise LDL cholesterol. Using a paper filter removes these, making filtered, drip-brewed coffee a preferable choice for cardiovascular health. Consider timing. Enjoy your coffee in the morning and early afternoon. Caffeine can interfere with sleep, and poor sleep is an independent risk factor for cardiovascular disease. Do not fear coffee. Instead, embrace it for what the science demonstrates it to be: a powerful, polyphenol-rich beverage that actively works to protect your vascular system. By making a simple cup of black coffee a part of your daily routine, you are taking a proactive, evidence-based step to safeguard your brain. If you are finding this information valuable and are perhaps viewing your tea kettle and coffee maker in a new light, please take a moment to like this video. It significantly helps in disseminating this message to a wider audience. Furthermore, to ensure you receive future content based on scientific insights for a healthier life, please consider subscribing. Now, let us proceed to our third and perhaps most powerful beverage. While we have discussed 2 of the world's most popular beverages, our third and final drink is less conventional. It is not found in every cafe, and its flavor can be an acquired taste. Yet, regarding the raw biological mechanisms of stroke prevention, this ruby red liquid is a potent agent for vascular health. I am speaking of beetroot juice. The secret to its incredible power lies in a simple molecule, dietary nitrate. Beets are one of the planet's richest natural sources of this compound. A common question arises here. Are these not the same nitrates used as preservatives in processed meats? It is crucial to understand that dietary nitrates from vegetables are fundamentally different from the nitrites used in processed foods. Those from plants are highly beneficial to your cardiovascular system. Let us trace the remarkable journey of this molecule within the body. When you drink beetroot juice, the nitrates interact with bacteria on your tongue and are converted into nitrites. These nitrites are then swallowed, and in the acidic environment of the stomach, they are converted into a vital molecule called nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is one of the most important signaling molecules in the body, playing a profound role in vascular health. Its primary function is vasodilation, the relaxation and widening of your blood vessels. To illustrate, consider your arteries as a network of flexible tubes. When they are narrow and constricted, blood pressure rises. High blood pressure is the single greatest risk factor for stroke, as it places immense strain on artery walls. By enhancing the body's production of nitric oxide, beetroot juice signals the blood vessels to relax and dilate. This widening of the vessels allows blood to flow more freely and under less pressure, directly lowering blood pressure. Studies have shown this effect to be both rapid and significant. Regular consumption of beetroot juice can lead to measurable drops in systolic blood pressure, a critical factor in stroke prevention. The benefits do not end there. Improved circulation is also about oxygen delivery. The brain is an organ with high oxygen demands. By improving circulation, beetroot juice helps ensure your brain receives a rich, steady supply of oxygen. Some studies have even shown that beetroot juice can specifically increase blood flow to the frontal lobe, the area responsible for cognitive functions like working memory, which is particularly vulnerable to age-related decline. How do you make this vibrant elixir part of your life? Prioritize fresh juice. The most potent method is to juice fresh, raw beets. A medium-sized beet will yield a concentrated serving. Consistency is more important than volume. Scrutinize commercial labels. If purchasing pre-made juice, be a careful reader of labels. Look for brands that contain 100% juice with no added sugars or preservatives. Enhance the palatability. Beetroot has a distinctly earthy flavor. To make it more pleasant, you can juice it with other items that also support vascular health, such as a green apple, ginger, or a handful of dark leafy greens like spinach, which are also rich in nitrates. A note on a harmless side effect. Do not be alarmed if you experience beeturia, a condition where urine or stool takes on a reddish color after consuming beets. It is completely harmless. Adding a daily serving of beetroot juice to your routine is like a daily tune-up for your vascular system. It directly targets the primary risk factor for stroke, high blood pressure, by harnessing a natural biological pathway. In summary, we have discussed 3 daily beverages for building a formidable defense against stroke: tea, coffee, and beetroot juice. We began with the ancient protector tea. We learned that consuming at least 3 cups a day can significantly lower your risk, courtesy of powerful flavonoids that combat inflammation and improve arterial health. Remember to drink it without milk or sugar for maximum benefit. Next, we reevaluated the controversial champion, coffee. We saw how 2 to 4 cups of black coffee daily is linked to a dramatically lower risk of stroke, due to its incredible density of protective polyphenols. We also learned that combining it with tea may offer superior protection. Finally, we uncovered the vascular supercharger, beetroot juice. By understanding the nitrate to nitric oxide pathway, we now know how this root vegetable can relax our blood vessels, lower blood pressure, and improve oxygen flow to the brain. My personal experience underscored a fundamental truth. Genuine health is not about radical diets or deprivation. It is about making small, consistent, and intelligent choices every single day. It's about understanding the science and integrating these practices as non-negotiable rituals. Exchanging a sugary drink for green tea, choosing black coffee over a blended coffee beverage, or starting your day with beetroot juice. These are not minor changes. Over time, these actions compound, building a resilient cardiovascular system that can protect you for a lifetime. The power to protect your brain is in your hands, and it can begin with your very next drink. I am interested to hear your thoughts. Which of these beverages are you most inclined to try, or which are already part of your routine? Please share in the comments below. For more in-depth explorations into the science of a long and healthy life, please subscribe to the channel. Finally, it is essential to remember that while these beverages offer significant benefits, they should be part of a comprehensive, healthy lifestyle. Always consult with your healthcare professional before making substantial dietary changes, particularly if you have pre-existing health conditions. Thank you for your time.